Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today we are going to be going over week 5, day 4 of the Guild Wars. It is a brown day. This is, however, the first brown day that we are going to be using our Gorgoltha Drain team, which uses a famine on it, so we'll see how differently that ends up going. That is not the team. The team would be this right here, our normal Gorgoltha, Emperor Corvash, Cabarrus, and Famine, normally on a brown blue or brown yellow. A brown green is basically pointless to do now, since Famine has a 22 mana cost. When he had a 20 mana cost, that was definitely viable to do. But in this case, it would definitely be much better value just rushing the Gorgoltha or putting that little bit of mana into the Emperor Corvash, though I am going to go for the Gorgoltha rush in this case. Hopefully outrun his Emperor Corvash, and then just go from there. We will have to deal with a Spirit Fox initially, never mind. Already changed. Brown-blue, mainly because of Spirit Fox, literally because of Spirit Fox. That is the only reason I'm changing this again. So let's go with brown-blue, and that'll work. So there we go. We got our adjusted. We got our banner adjusted. We're good to go. So, of course, pretty standard brown team with our tank, a standard disable, a summon, and of course famine, because why not? And now we just need to figure out where we're going to go. So, you get to skull if I drop this, but I like the amount of mana it gives. I can also do this, but that doesn't seem as good. Let me see. There has to be one of these that's actually really good to do. I do need to be concerned about what he does with his Spirit Fox too, based on where I move, because I can't let him take anything too good over there on his Spirit Fox. I need to make sure whatever happens here does end up becoming a Skull Distract. So let's see. I feel like I'm missing something here. What would we do if we go up there? That'll bring both of those down. I can't mess it up on the very first move now, can I? I hope not. I think I might just stick with my original move, which would be brown down here. Yes. Let's go with that. We'll do that. He'll get distracted right there. And he'll get... Oh no, he actually doesn't get distracted again. We'll just take the stun, get our little bit of red right there. He does have Spirit Fox. He's going to get that drain in. Most likely on our Gorgoltha, though. Let me just take the yellow. He's going to drain it anyways. He's going to be disabling all those yellows, so might as well take a little bit before he removes them all from the board. And okay, that went... I don't know. There probably was a better move somewhere in there, but that is what we end up rolling with. So we'll go for the brown. Of course, keep getting that Gorgoltha up as much as we can. Got to be careful not to give him Corvash mana, so much so I think I am going to take that blue, especially if we can't take Gorgoltha this turn. So yes, we are indeed going to go for that blue right there, and just kind of wait out to see what it does. It is using a Death Knight class, which of course is very dangerous, unless we get it stunned, in which case it is literally nothing. So hopefully we can get it stunned. The greens are kind of pointless right now. They are kind of good, but our famine, of course, with the higher mana cost, doesn't exactly gain too big of a benefit just from a single green. We will need way more than just a single pair to really move them up a decent amount. We can take this red-purple to try for a brown, or we could just go straight for the yellow. I don't think that will have any negative consequence. So yeah, we will go for that yellow, get the full mana. I'm not going to chance it off the top. So we'll do that, go for our Gorgoltha. It is about to do a Death Mark and some true damage. The true damage I'm not worried about. The Death Mark, on the other hand, I definitely am. One other thing I noticed just now is he's using a Desdemona, which is a pretty hard counter to both Famine and Gorgoltha, particularly Famine. But it is, it looks like we'll be able to keep its mana down through drains and other means, so that shouldn't be too big of an issue. As far as with this Death Knight class, I really want to try killing it right now. I don't think I'm going to overcommit, though. I'm just going to go for a slightly weird move right here and overkill the Emperor Corvash, just to ensure that we don't end up getting drained for whatever reason at all. That would normally have a chance of doing true damage as well as 2 times the Daemons, but she is stunned right now. Hopefully she will sustain that stun. Speaking of stun, we're going to try going for the Devour right there. And nope, unfortunately not able to land it, though we will throw a Corvash and then a Famine into it, and that will be enough to conclude that one. So we'll just need to re-establish our mana. We'll wait a turn or two before I throw another Corvash, mainly just to wait for the combo to go off. I also need to wait until it gets a little bit more mana, particularly on the Spirit Fox, though that might not happen since I just noticed now it's being completely blocked. So yeah, we can take a Famine, we can go take our blue-purple. I think I may just go for a Corvash though. Or then again, Famine. Getting all of Famine's mana, throw it now and then Corvash. Would that be? Yeah, that would be enough damage. So I think that will be our plan then. That'll also give us full mana right here on everything, so I don't need to bother with a Gorgolfa. Ooh, that just ruined my plan now. Slightly. Only slightly. No, a lot. Wait, it depends. Can Famine kill or not? I need it to not kill. So it's going to do 12, 24, 54. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, wait, 24. Yeah, that's plenty fine. So we'll throw that down. It will live, and I needed it to live. So now... Oh, wait! Fail. Fail. Hold up. You can't use Corvash. I have to do it off an extra turn. I completely forgot about that. If we try using Corvash right now, it'll kill it before it triggers the stun. The only way I can do it now is if I, yeah. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, because we stunned the other one. I was wondering why it showed, yeah, there we go. I thought it was stunned. So, whole mess right now, but pretty straightforward at this point. All we have to really do is just kill that out with skull damage and then throw it into Corvash range, and that's already Corvash range. So yeah, that's just the amount of fails that has happened in this initial battle. But there we go. Somehow, after all, I think I made like 4 different mistakes in that battle, but after all of that, we didn't lose a single thing, luckily. So, Nerfed Famine so far. Does seem like it's having a little bit of a mana issue. As long as we rush to Gorgolfa, though, should be perfectly fine. Ooh, a Great Maul into a Mercy with a Bone Dragon on the team. A little bit of an odd combo, but especially since you have a Spirit Fox and a Mercy. That's normally you don't see that. But we'll see what happens. Of course, if he gets a really good Mercy cast, we are basically done for. As long as he doesn't, then this should go pretty smoothly. Again, since he's using Spirit Fox, I'm not even going to bother sending my banner on a yellow, because it's just going to get denied for the most part anyways. So we'll go stick with the brown-blue, try getting Corvash up a little bit quicker. Of course, get our Gorgolfa up if we can, though that most likely will not be happening initially. I think we'll start on the yellow, particularly the yellow that's going to stop it from getting a pair. So now if it uses a Mercy, if it happens to go for it, it will not get a extra turn. Or not an extra turn, it won't get any mana. I wouldn't have gotten an extra turn regardless. But we'll take that. We'll take the yellow next turn downwards, assuming it Mercies. Perfect, it Mercies. So we'll just throw that down. Before it even gets a Spirit Fox, we'll be able to move that down and remove 7 of the yellows that it should have gotten, though it did just place back like 3 or 4. But still, end up removing more than... it put on. We'll just throw a Gorgolfa, even though it's kind of helping the Spirit Fox. Not really worried. It's only a 2-to-1 ratio. At most, it'll only do a couple extra damage. It's going to trigger regardless. And, well, not if we keep distracting it. There we go. So, I just got distracted right there. Famine doing actually pretty well. Not really having much of an issue right now. If this Gorgolfa gives it full mana, it's like it's not even nerfed. Yep, there we go. It's like it's not even nerfed. So we have the entire team up and ready. Another Skull Distract. Another 2 Skull Distracts. Very lucky. I know consoles don't have Skull Distracts, unfortunately. Oh, and we just got a stun on the Stealthy, so you know what that means? We can go straight for it. But, I don't know. Should I go for the Skull? No. We'll let the Devour. Come on. Yeah, we got it. Nice. I don't know why I went for the Spirit Fox. The only reason I even went for it was because it had mana. Probably should have just let it cast, because these are way more of a threat than Spirit Fox, but oh well. Wanted it to go down. So, yeah, we'll just throw like a Corvash or something at this point. We'll hold our Famine on reserve for when we'll end up needing that for the kill shot. I wouldn't even mind just taking a Skull against this thing. I was even thinking about doing that earlier. But yeah, we'll do it now. That will maybe get a Corvash in there. But we'll throw the Gorgolfa, see where that leaves the board. We do need a fresh new board. And that's perfectly fine, getting an extra turn off of it. And Corvash, yeah, that is enough damage. So, do we go for it? I say yes. So, we'll do that. Take that purple next turn. If he doesn't, though, there's a pretty good chance he will. And, yep, he goes exactly for that purple right there. Do we go for the blue? Yeah. We do. No. As I'm doing a different move, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Nope. Yeah, we're gonna go for the Gorgoltha right there. Mainly to get the last purple that we need for the Cabarrus. And can we get it off the Bone Dragon? Sure, let's try it. Yeah, lucky. Nice. 2 in a row. See if we can get all of them in a row. Okay, a lot of mana for it. If it actually used mana, that would have been slightly intimidating, but now we won. All we have to do is take the skull, throw Famine at it, and we are good to go. But yeah, Famine, okay. I don't know, I have mixed feelings. Sometimes it gets all of its mana well, sometimes it doesn't. The thing that's, like, really reduced based on Famine is when you're just taking swipes off the board, it's a lot harder for Famine to get full mana. But exploding the mana into him is still pretty much the same exact thing. Because you gain a lot of mana from exploding, and normally you gain more mana than you even need. And in this case, that's actually working out to make Famine pretty much the same. But when you have to keep okay. Yeah. This again? But when you have to keep swiping for your mana, it's a lot harder. It's the same thing that happened with Corvash. Though Corvash is a slightly different story. That's a 14 to 15 difference. That makes it so you can't do a +1/+1 anymore. Whenever you have something with a 14 mana, particularly Emperor Corvash back when he had 14 mana, what you would do with him to get him up is you'd set a +1 to both of his colors, and then if you surged both of them, you'd be able to get him up in 2 turns. And of course, having that 1 additional mana ends up throwing that off. That's kind of what happens with a 22 mana cost on a Famine. If you're directly trying to get it up by means of swiping gems off the board, it is going to take at minimum 1 additional turn for you to be able to get up your Famine. But if you're doing it by means of explosion, like with a Gorgoltha, a Dragon Soul, Amnesia, really any explosion for that matter, it will get up at pretty much the same rate. You won't really notice too much of a difference with it. So it really depends on what method you're going to try getting it up with. So right now, obviously, this is basically not even a battle, though it is elongated because this team is not made to kill a single troop. It's made to be able to take on an entire team. So we're kind of just shuffling all over the board, getting reds we don't even need. I guess we'll just take the skull. Of course, it's going to be 1 HP off. Really? Really? So if we take 1 more skull, we're still going to need something a little bit extra. Wouldn't it be funny if you got a poison kill somehow? 130 turns later. Actually, probably even more than 130 unless he gets lucky. But, well, come on, give us full mana on something. Don't be like this. He's literally 41 HP. A single troop. Come on. We're going to take the purple into the blue. And, so close. 1 mana. He probably takes away our purple? No, he doesn't go for it. So we'll go take that. Oh, he takes away our brown. I don't know. He should have went for our purple there. But, well, it's obviously the AI, so it doesn't know. Sometimes it feels like it knows, though. And, well, really? Okay, never mind. That's still enough because we hit the HP right there. We didn't get the Devour, but of course that is still the kill. The damage itself is already enough. So someone forgot to set their actual defend team. It's not the 2nd time this week. That's the 3rd time, like, pretty much overall I've seen something like that. So, yeah, remember to set your defend teams. I believe I don't know for sure if every single week it resets it to whatever your current defend team is. But just double check it every Monday is the best time to check it since no one can actually battle you that day. Just make sure that all 6 of your battles are whatever you actually want to use. Of course, I just use the same team for all because I'm too lazy to do more slots. Though they are most likely going to be adding more slots in the future. Oh, hey! From the stream literally earlier today, I said I wanted to get revenge on this guy. Well, although we already did in PvP. But the reason I wanted to get revenge on him was because we had 5,000 points on the dot, like 5000. And then when I went into my next battle, it showed it under 5,000 because he beat our defend team. So now we need to go beat him. Though this is a different team, I believe, than what he was using earlier. An even more annoying team, very spam heavy. Or sorry, not spam heavy, drain heavy. Which is exactly what we're also doing. So we'll see who's the better drainer. Wraith first slot. This is actually better for us than Scion first slot, at least with this particular team. Mainly because, at least with Gorgoltha, we can cleanse off everything that a Wraith does. A Scion, on the other hand, once that thing touches our Gorgoltha, it's just going to keep moving us so far behind on mana. So hopefully this doesn't go over too badly. We will need to make sure to stun out the Death Knight class, of course, but let's see if we can get our revenge. Perfect. I didn't think we'd actually get him, but we did. 50% chance he sees the, whatever the 2nd rating is called. I only remember which one the Paragon is called. I forget all the other ratings. And I believe the bottom one's called, like, Recruit or something. But let's go and take our stun. Which one do we get the stun on? A Scion? That helps us slightly, not really. All it does is make it so if he takes purple, he gets one less mana. Or, you know, not one less, but he's not getting one additional. Also allows us to silence it, though we have no silence, so that's not going to make any difference. I guess we'll just go for some blue. Maybe rush up a Corvash. We'll also make sure he doesn't get blue. He does not have a +1 on his blue right now, so at least with a Wraith, it'll take him 2 turns. But we'll go move that down. Hopefully he won't go and drain our mana. There is a 50% chance when he goes and uses that ability that he will end up draining us. I am tempted just to take the Skull. We have 2 options here. We can take the blue or we can take the Skull. I am leaning towards the Skull because I do not trust my luck with Deathmark. And I learned from the other day that we should not risk anything. Always go with the safer move. So that is exactly what we're going to do right there. Go for the Skull. Don't even risk the chance of him putting a Skull on us, even if we can cleanse it. Well, then again, if we do have full Gorgolfa mana, I probably could risk it because, well, for one, once they update it, eventually, it's not going to have the first turn chance to kill. But even now, it's only a 10% chance. It's a relatively low percent chance that it actually would end up killing. And good, it ends up getting an HP steal, though then again, maybe not good because it did it on our Famine. Definitely not one of them I wanted targeting, that's for sure. We'll take a purple right there, mainly aiming for the Skull, though we get blue out of it, so I'm perfectly fine with that. He gets some green. Luckily, it looks like even if he brown surges right here, look at that. Now, that's a beautiful sight. You see, he doesn't have any exploders. He got it all from swiping, and he has exactly 20 mana. That is the struggle of Famine with swiping. So, yeah, case in point from earlier, though he's still going to get full mana. That hasn't changed anything. Let's see. We'll go and, it's actually a slightly bad situation, now that I think about it, but it won't kill, or shouldn't kill. I'll take reds because we don't gain any additional damage for him. So we'll do that. He'll do his little tap, and then we'll just rebuild our mana. Ooh, almost killing a Gorgolfa. Well, maybe I should let it deathmark us. Then again, I think it will kill us regardless. But, yeah, guess we got to take the yellow. I don't really see anything else, so we'll take the blue. Is it really about to shuffle? Yellow for... Oh, we better not give him a shuffle. No, he'll take the green right there. So we'll take that. He'll take the green. We're running out of board space here. We'll take the brown. He'll take the red. At least it's really predictable what both of us will do. Or he'll take the purple. Nope, he goes for both. And is this enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You gotta be kidding me. It's gonna hit every single skull just to taunt me and leave him with 1 HP. Yes. Really? Well, at least we got another Gorgolfa. 2 HP. First turn Deathmark. I was just saying how unlikely that was. 10%, really? They are changing that eventually, though, so it can't kill on first turn, but first turn Deathmark, gosh. There's really nothing more annoying than, particularly off of Wraith. This thing's a common. It doesn't seem like it, though. It's arguably the best common in the game right now, which is why you see it so much later on in the game, even though it's only a common. If you have a Wraith, like, get its traits, like, now. It has ridiculously cheap traits, and it's pretty effective. Regardless of what level you are, it's a nice thing to have on your team. Doesn't fit into like every team synergy, but it's really powerful how effective it is off of every skull it ever takes. I think I'm going to throw Famine into Corvash. I'm throwing the Famine first just because I don't want to have to deal with these death marks. Once we get this hero killed, we essentially won. So, also, I didn't really mention anything earlier, but we did end up getting Demonic Pack. There was so much happening at the time, I kind of didn't really bother saying anything about it. Not really too big a deal that we got Demonic Pack, mainly because we have Kabiras, so we would have summoned something regardless. Though this is slightly nice because it does have the +1 to purple that we get to utilize, so a little bit easier for whenever we take purple gems. And it's not blocking us as much because the Warg also costs 12 mana, whereas this thing only costs 10, plus it has a +1 on its trait, so that helps it out quite a bit. So it's still stunned. We'll throw the Corvash at it. And actually, should we take the brown? No, I can't risk it unstunning, so we'll do that right now. And we essentially won right now. There isn't much he can do against us, though I say that, and I almost just gave him a skull. Well, actually, is it worth it? I think it might just be worth it to give him a skull. That or let him take it. No, I'm going to let him try to take it. Oh, no, he's just going to go for the blue instead. Ah. Okay, I might just have to take it. No, then again, it won't take the red, so it might take the brown. Oh, come on. Well, we'll take that skull then. We have an option. We can also take a purple, which I think is slightly better. Oh. Oh, I need to hope it doesn't get unstunned, though. And if it does, then we are in trouble. So let me take the skull. Would it have gotten unstunned? Oh, I wouldn't have. I could have taken the purple. Oh, now it takes that after I moved it out the way. Oh, wait, never mind. I didn't move it out the way. There's still a skull there. I'm not risking it. It should be unstunned any turn now. But the only problem is... Ooh. No, I'm still taking it. Okay, he might get famine mana next turn. And he's still not unstunned. I'm playing around this, and he's not getting unstunned. Okay. Well, we'll just let him tap us. I don't see him being able to get enough kill. We'll take the red deliberately, even though we don't use it, just so we don't get any more damage. Do we take the yellow? I think I'll just leave the yellow on the board, just so we take a little bit less damage. So, deliberately going to leave that there. Or then again, we get a stun off of it. I don't really need to stun. We'll take the red so we take less damage. He'll take the yellow. And, of course, now he'll famine, most likely. Okay. You're going to play like that? Please famine already. Well, we'll take another red. If you're going to play like that, we're not going to give you any more damage. There we go. So he goes off on his ability. Lets him do it. Come on, don't aim at the other famine. But, yeah, we pretty much won at this point. Just got to rebuild our stuns and all that. I think I'm going to scroll distract for him. Here you go. Mainly just so we can rebuild our stun to make sure he does not get another famine off. Though it is pretty unlikely that he will. We should be able to outrun a famine with a Corvash. Though we are blocked on brown some. But for the most part, shouldn't really come into play that much. Let's see. We have this ability, though. There's basically nothing we can really do with it. Won't be too effective. So we'll just go for a brown, take a blue, take another blue, and that should be match at that point. We'll take the blue from over here, try for a sky blue. No sky blue, but we do end up getting a purple out of nowhere, so I guess that helps us some as well. Free blues right there. And he almost beat us. Wow. He actually did almost beat us, though. What do we do here? I think we take Skull, Corvash, ability, and that should pretty much be match, right? Yeah, pretty close. It's not going to be enough damage exactly, though, is it? Nope, doesn't seem like it. So we'll throw down the Corvash, and why do I have a feeling that is off by, like, 3 or 4? Yep, it is off by 3. If we would have hit HP there, that would have been the kill. But we'll throw that down. Come on. Oh, never mind. Oh, I was off by a lot more than that. 5. Counting. How does it work? But, yeah. That's... Really? He's going to make us have to do all this just for that little bit of damage. And not to mention he's going to be restoring good... There we go. A good amount of his armor. But, okay. That was a little bit of a weird battle. But in the end, still end up winning with all of them. Didn't even need the Kabera summon because our Gorgolfa was lucky enough to re-summon a Ancient Horror. Even though the Ancient Horror got more in the way than it even helped. But, oh well, Ward would have done the same thing, probably even harder. But there we go, we got our revenge. He ended up moving our 5,000 points exactly of PvP points. He moved it slightly off by attacking our defend, and now we have gotten our revenge. So there we go. And did 85. Oh gosh, that is pretty much the exact thing I am using as mine. Scion, Ragnagord, Famine, Siren. I am using Scion, Ragnagord, Famine, Death. So the only difference is he's using a Siren instead of Death, most likely to hope that he gets some mana for himself. Never actually tried it with that combo, but we're pretty much having to face our exact defend team in Guild Wars, so that's kind of interesting. Not really aware of anything quite stronger than this, particularly against Gorgolfa. And yeah, we have our mana set completely to try to get Emperor Corvash. I almost feel like switching to a pure double blue, mainly because... maybe Frozen Banner, actually. Mainly because we are basically not going to be needing any Gorgolfa mana whatsoever. I will want to pretty much avoid it completely if we can. This will make it so if we summon a Warg, it will have a really weird mana amount. But other than that, I think this will be a pretty good benefit for us. Get the Corvash up, get a little bit higher on our Kaberas, because our Gorgolfa is basically obsolete. But then again, we could go for the Rush Stun, but... that's basically what we're doing with this banner anyways. So hopefully we'll be able to neutralize it. If not, we are in a bit of trouble this battle, and we could potentially lose. So let's see what happens. Final battle. Pretty good one. We need to get very, very lucky starting board, though. Come on. Ooh. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Especially if we get a stun. If one of these two hits stun on Scion, we have a really good chance of winning this. Okay, Ragnagord. That doesn't help much. Famine, that helps a little. Do we leave Skull Distract for him or not? The problem is, even though I'm not really trying to take mana for our Gorgolfa, we will still end up getting some. But if we let it go now, we get it 4 times. So I'm going to take the green, start getting Famine up. He'll take the skull, we'll take the brown. It drains no mana. And hopefully the Siren doesn't land anything. Oh, I could have actually taken the blue over and gotten a green extra turn, though there was no way of knowing that we would have landed that. Wow. Wait, look at this. Can we actually get that? We can. Nice. Okay, so what we can do right there is just take the green. We ended up getting Famine by just taking green, I believe. Maybe like green and one other color. But very nice right there. No, it had to have been just green. Because, yeah, we just got Famine up 22 mana by only taking green mana. What just happened? Well, of course, the 5 times of green at the beginning helped that. Because he's blocked on brown and he's blocked on yellow. It had to have been green. There's no other way that it could have been not green. Wow. Okay. Well, he did take 4 of our mana, so we get even more damage here. The main thing I want to neutralize is the Scion. Once the Scion dies, this team is ridiculously easy to kill. So, especially since he's not using the Def. That's the main reason why I even use Def there instead of something else. Because you need to have something else that has an intimidation factor. Because if you lose your Scion in a team like this, you pretty much lose. So, you got to be careful with that if you're not using like the Def variant. I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with mine with the Def. But, yeah, as long as we can get that neutralized, we're good to go. Skull, he's stunned. So we don't need to worry about Skull as much. Ideally here, I'd want to take a blue. I think I am going to go for the Skull here, though, mainly because it's one shot now within Def, including Corvash is now enough damage to be able to finish it off. We'll take the purple here, hope for a brown off the top. We do not get it. Oh, come on. Yellow, if you would have been a brown, we would have get what we got 5 times. But, oh well, we didn't really need it too desperately there. If we were in more of a pinch, I'd be more worried about that. But we can easily just take this Corvash, stun that out. Don't even need to worry about it. And, yeah, should be good to go at this point. Only threat left that could possibly kill us is Famine, though that is very unlikely, though still possible. So I gotta watch out just in case. Figures, I don't have a +1 on our yellow, though we get it off the Cascade, so it doesn't even matter. We just get our explosion, killing everything except one single red, which we don't even use for any of our manas, other than the wargs that we summon. So yeah, I guess we just go for the Famine, right? Seems like the plan right here. Go for Famine, write that down. No Devour, of course. But we'll just hold our ability, wait till he gets kind of going a little bit more. I guess we will go for a Gorgolfa as well, just to regenerate some of our mana there. And Famine, come on. Come on, Famine, you got this. Almost got the Famine. But we got everything else pretty much good to go. I think we will go try another Devour. Come on, Devour number 2, you got this? Yeah, there we go. And we're good to go. We just need to throw down a Famine here. Use another Gorgolfa, or sorry, throw an Emperor Corvash here, throw Gorgolfa, then throw Famine, and that should be the battle for the most part. And a pretty nice last battle. All we really need to do now is, yeah, just drain that, or we don't even need to drain it. We'll go for the Skull, we'll throw the Famine, assuming it gets some of its mana back, which it most likely will. We'll see what it aims at. What does it get? It gets brown. Okay, never mind, it won't even get its mana back unless it swipes for it this turn. Nope, doesn't even do that. So a little bit of a waste to even try going for the Famine. I guess we will try going for purples if we can. Otherwise, just take whatever else is kind of lurking around and just kind of wait until it gets a little bit more mana, even if we have to feed it to it deliberately, because every mana it takes 2 additional damage that we do. Still can't really get that up. Oh wait, Brown Surge, is that enough? No, we don't have any additional to Brown. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, that is! Really? A Brown Surge is enough. Will we get it? Perfect. Look at that. Triple. All 3 of them off a single pair. We don't even have any additional bonus on that either. Nice. So right here, perfect time to throw the Famine. We could throw the Cabarrus, or actually, probably should throw the Cabarrus. Then again, there wasn't any green or purple available, so it wouldn't really made a difference at what order we went for. Wait, is that enough? Exactly enough damage? Even if this doesn't devour, I believe that's exactly enough. It was said like 40, and then we got the Arcane, which would have been 41. But there we go. I keep forgetting that Cabarrus even has Arcane, to be honest. It's not something that normally comes into play too heavily, but it does gain 1 magic every single time we summon, or every single time we cast, which works pretty well with things like Gorgolfa, since we're casting that quite a bit, generating our mana around and kind of just shuffling everything, draining, disabling, and doing all that kind of mess. But there we go. Another perfect 5. Oh, I can't believe we lost that one the other day. We're so close. Though the hardest day is still yet to come. Anonymous is not only against Anonymous, which is the #1 guild pretty much for everything now at this point, for Guild Wars and for trophies and everything. But it's also on what is currently polled as the hardest colored day, which is red. So if we're going to lose on any day, it is going to be tomorrow on that red day. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Best of luck with the Guild Wars. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.